All right, so back to this. Should be getting the music soon, right? Just to wait until that. As per usual, right? So there we go. Anyway, yeah, so back to this, right? I mean, yeah, I don't know. Are we on part eight? We're actually getting into it now, right? In the previous part, we found Aubrey, fought her, right? And then ultimately got Basil's photo album back. And what we're anticipating is that after giving it to him, we'll probably be transported back to the dream world to do more stuff there. It is interesting, though, again, this bout in the real world, right? Besides learning that, we're probably on a 3 day time hack or time crunch for this game, right? 3 days left. I assume the game ends when it gets to day zero, right? Or at least the day of. So that's at least what makes sense to me, right? Both the real world and the dream world. So we'll be done by then. But again, it is also interesting in terms of what would you call it, right? Again, really learning how much that we did in this bout in the real world, and also again comparing it to the dream world, right? But also like mostly the real world, right? Because again, that's the part I enjoy of this game the most, right? Even though we've only been here twice, right? Learning about the real world, right? And again, what's been going on or what happened in the real world, right? For this game is again, right? It's very interesting, right? Everything that's basically the big thing and the big bombshell we learned in the previous part was that Mari is actually dead in the real world, right? And that she was it seemed as though she was kind of the glue that kept the group together, right? That held the group together. So her passing away really ended up fucking everything up, right? It really ended up hurting everyone, right? We saw that, right? Everyone's hurting. Aubrey's hurting. Hero's hurting, right? Kel's hurting. We're hurting a lot, right? Basil's hurting too. Again, it's like it really is just a shitty situation, right? And also, again, we learned that, you know, what's it called? And this is going to be very interesting, especially as we go back to the dream world, because besides learning that all the dream world characters exist in the real world or are based off of real world characters, we know that the characters in the dream world are from how Sunny last remembers them, right? How Sunny last remembers them and like their last representations of themselves in the real world from what he remembers, right? So again, that shows that A, Mari's alive in the dream world, acting as the protective older sister that she was before she passed. B, Aubrey's not, I guess, bad anymore, right? A bad person again. Before she dyed her hair and joined the biker gang, right? She's as she was, likely before Mari's death. Hero was still around before he got up and left, right? Physically. He dealt with his emotions over the years. We learned that after seeing Mari's grave, right? And then also the fact that Hero and Kel are now brothers. We know that, right? Kel's pretty much the same, right? Except he and Aubrey seemingly had a falling out. I have a sneaking suspicion that there may have been a thing there, just as there may have been a thing between Hero and Mari, but that's just a sneaking suspicion. Basil seems to be relatively same, but we haven't really interacted with him yet. But again, it's really is something to where it's like such a sad situation, right? Because here's the thing, because obviously, like, here's the thing. I'm not like, if you know my channel, I have two main, I create content of two main kinds, right? Bar this, right? I've done what's it called? Civ 5 mostly, and then DDLC mods, right? So DDLC mods, like in DDLC and DDLC mods in general, just completely unrealistic. Like, I mean, that's kind of the whole point. That's like that trope, right? The trope of like visual novels and like, turning it on its head, right? Like that's the whole point of the original game is it's supposed to be unrealistic, it's supposed to be like as generic, as tropey as possible when it comes to those kinds of things. And the mods generally go off of that, right? So it's like, again, that's kind of like the whole point, right? That's why I don't play normal VN, DDLC mods, because it's like literally the whole point of the game is, it's supposed to be as generic and tropey as possible, but then turn it on its head, right? That's the whole point. That's the whole joke. And mods, again, do a good job of that. But it's like, but this, right, and then also, yeah, I guess I play Insurgents too, but that's besides the point. But the point is, I'd say this shit like this happens in real life. Obviously the whole dream world, right? The dream world's the dream world, right? That's that's like imaginary, right? It's in fucking Sunny or Omori's mind, right? However we call him, whoever we call him, right? So that's made up, right? But the shit that happens that actually happens in the real world, like shit like that happens in real life, right? Like you have groups of friends, right? And then someone, funny enough, that actually, like this actually something that this something, something similar happened to me, right? I guess I'm not gonna say it's the exact same, right? Because this fucking video game. So it's like, but it's like again, I was in a similar situation. Something similar happened to me, and shit like this happens in real life where a passing or like it could be something to where you have a great group of friends, right? I have a close knit group of people, right? And then one person passing away or like leaving ends up, what's it called? That if that person is really kind of the glue that held the group together, just ends up hurting everyone, fucking everyone up, right? It's like again, it is something like I will again, I've had personal experience regarding this, and I can verify this, right? So it's like, not obviously not to the same extreme that is happening here. To be fair, I was older, right? And my group of friends was older as it happened when it happened. So, I don't doubt that's something where like age also played a factor, but like shit like this is real, right? This isn't like fucking DDLC, right? Where it's like supposed to be the complete exact opposite, where it's like as generic and tropey as possible. But this is real, right? I'm gonna say this is real, right? This great. Obviously, again, it's still right, like if it's still not to this extreme, right? Mm. Or could be depending on your experience. For me, it wasn't, but it's like, shit like this actually happened. So it's like again, I feel like this game does a good job. And again, I will say though, I've been fairly tough on like the indie genre, right? And mostly the indie community, because I just don't like the indie community. I think they're all fucking like sociopaths and narcissists, right? Like just being entirely honest, right? I think they're all, full of themselves and need to take it down a peg or notch, right? To where everyone else is, right? You're not as intellectual because you play indie games, right? It's like you're not above everyone else. So, but it's something where this is actually a good one, right? This is actually a good one. So I am appreciating this, right? Like I very much appreciate this. Like I'd say this is the exception, and it's good. I guess it explains why I got all those comments, on that one video, on the two videos, I guess, part 5 and part 1. Part 1 saying like, I got a comment saying like, oh, you'll enjoy this, right? Thankfully, no spoilers. I think for I thank the people for not spoiling. And part 5 saying, oh yeah, keep it up, right? It's a good game, and I'm enjoying that. I really am, and I'm honestly, I'm not even enjoying the like dream world portion. Like that's okay, right? The RPG is kind of like just standard like RPG stuff. The real world's what I'm interested in, right? I want to see what goes on here, but unfortunately, it seems like this bout at least is coming to an end. We're going to presumably give the photo album back to Basil. Maybe even the shadow entity comes back out, and then we get transported back to the dream world and need to stab ourselves again. So let's go. Yeah, let's go here, right? So there's that, right? And again, here we are, and we got music, right? So also we're nearly dead, but we have no way to actually heal ourselves. But we just need to go to Basil, right? He's, I believe, bottom right. Or maybe he's just to the right normally. I don't know. But again, it's like, yeah, regardless, right? We'll return it. Is it just this way or is it bottom right? Okay, I'm pretty sure it's bottom right then. So okay, yeah, no, we were wrong. Because that's actually no, let's check here, right? While we're here. Because this is supposed to be where fucking who were their names, right? Oh yeah, Red Glasses Lady, Two-Face, I'll never forget. You two are the kids who helped me find the garden chiefs. Oh, they're having dinner, right? Oh, we do get it. Oh my god, we do get a special interaction. I was gonna say, oh my god, because we knew this was a, Kim and Vance's house, right? So we knew that she was their parent. We After they went home, we checked, they weren't there, right? But again, time had passed since we fought Audrey, so I figured, oh, I'll go back, right? And it's like, wait a second, were we able to just walk in? And again, Glasses Lady comes out and says, oh yeah, you helped me with my garden sheets, you can come in. But little do Kim and Vance know, we already know where they live. This is their house, and we're friends with their mother. So we're perfectly fine, perfectly content to come in for dinner, right? It's just funny because again, we just discovered this by chance because I completely missed where Kim and Vance was. So I was going around, I saw the portrait in this house, and I'm like, oh, this is Kim and Vance's place, right? Yeah, now Now we're making ourselves at home, right? One of the family. Does that count Sunny at the door? Why are you two staying in front of my house? Get out of here, nerds. Kim, what's got you, sweet pie? Sorry, boys. Perhaps you can just goddamn no. Hey, we're having our dinner, right? We're having our dinner. Oh my god. Goddamn. I really wish we could have sat down. So be like, yeah, hey, Kim and Vance, how's your biker gang going, right? How's that biker gang treating you, right? Uh that's funny. That is funny though. At least we got some like Easter eggs. So here's Basil's house, right? Does it even say? Yeah, at least we got some Easter egg, even though we weren't able to actually sit down and have dinner. So there he is, right? He has a cat on his house. Knock, knock. Basil, it's your friends, Kel and Sunny. See, and that's not Basil. I'm like, wait, what? Hello there. Who are you? Hi, Basil. That's not Basil. You're not Basil. Sorry, my name's Polly. I'm Basil's caretaker. He is a caretaker? Oh, hey, Kel. Yeah, there he is. All right. We got his photo album, right? What is it? Hi, Basil. We got your photo album back. Huh? You did? Wow, thank you. It was in the trash. You gave Basil back his photo album. Basil, you didn't tell me you had friends coming over. Would you like to join us for dinner? I'd always love to cook just a little. I always seem to cook just a little too much. I mean, better to cook more than less, right? You can always eat it later, like leftovers. Like, sure, sounds delicious. Yeah, free dinner. Yeah, let's join them. I see no reason not to. Yeah, let's go, right? Let's eat some, right? Wait, we can let's invite Kim and Vance over, right? So let's damn, fucking Kel is fast as fuck. Oh, he has a save. I'll finish up the food. Oh, it's a one bed. Okay, no, never mind. I'm an idiot. I see the door in the back. You definitely have a lot more plants than you used to. Hey, you need to get that good oxygen, right? That good air. Yeah, I like them a lot. Actually, there are some that are still alive from when you guys came here more often. Damn, bitch, they live long as fuck, right? Sure are dedicated. Yep, there's Basil for you. Flowers and photos. Damn, you're reducing into just those two things? Goddamn. Oh, that reminds me. Now we've got your phone. We can go through your photos together. That's I don't know. I want to, bitch. I want to see. We know last time what happened. We looked into them. He got taken by the shadow entity in the dream world, right? I'm curious to see, right? This actually brings up a good point. I'm curious to see, you know, as this game progresses or as it goes on, right? You know, like if there's going to be any more information revealed about that, or if it's just going to be this continuing like underlying thing or like force or like entity that just, you know, exists, right? And persists, right? Because right now it's seeming like Little Nightmares where it's just like you have this underlying evil force just throughout, right? At least in the dream world. We haven't seen it in the real world yet. But at least in the dream world, but even in the real world, we got some delusions, right? We had some delusions the first time we came out of the dream world into the real world, right? Again, we had to calm down against that monster to realize nothing was there. But they're just, again, seems to be like I guess a lesser extreme, right? A lesser extreme of Little Nightmares, just like some like underlying, you know, force. So yes, we'll see if we get more info on it, because definitely the eye entity, you know, seems to have something. It's in our book and we've seen it appear multiple times. So it's like, who knows? We'll see about that, right? It's what transported us to the real world both times, right? When we saw the photo album and then when we saw it, you know, in like, I guess the memorial or whatever, right? Come on, it'll be fun. I want to save. Sure. Okay. Okay, we're going. Let's see. Yeah, take out the photo album. Put it down. There we go. Here it is. And then these are real world photos. These are real world photos. Yeah, so these aren't yeah, real world photos, not dream world photos, right? And you can see they're different, right? And they even have writing. Yeah, so this is clearly us playing the so this is us playing the violin, right? Let's read. My first photo, Christmas. So my best friend Sonny trying out his new violin. He's starting to take lessons so he can play her recitals with sister Mari. So at this point, Mari was alive, because note that they don't have years, right? They just have the dates, 12/25, right? And clearly we're spending Christmas together. So exciting. And who the bitch? This is Cal. What the fuck is he wearing? It's just Cal being Cal. 2/18, my birthday. So my birthday being Basil. So Basil's birthday is February 18th, right? So many party hats. Let's see. Shift read. Sonny playing a video game on the couch. Sonny's a little shy. He's a really good listener. And it's the same birthday party, right? He's got the party hat. I always end up venting him when I get upset or stressed. So that's Basil, right? Sometimes I feel like I'm bothering him, but he never seems to mind. He's a good listener, right? And that also shows, you know, how close Basil and Sunny are, right? Or Omori, right? So how close we are. So let's see. This hero, Kel's trying so hard. He's trying so hard, but it ain't gonna work. We're back from the park with Kel still full of energy. He's on. That's March 9th. So nearly a month later. Challenge Hero in an arm wrestling match, but we all know he's gonna win. Please go easy on him. Well, are they both lefties or are neither lefties, right? Because if you go against someone who's like a lefty, right, you know, with your own like left arm, you're at disadvantage, right? So I'll take that out. Oof, sorry, Kel. Better luck next time. Let's see. And then that's still Hero and Kel, right? Kel is still feeling a little sour about losing to Hero in arm wrestling. So his Hero decided to leave him for a smooch. This is a whole day later. Kel's still salty an entire day later. Like, goddamn. Looks so annoying. Brotherly love. Again, they are brothers. We confirmed that at the gravesite, right? We knew that. So, and this is again us and Basil, right? Me showing Sunny a book I've been reading. Mari stole my camera and took this while I wasn't paying attention. I should really keep better track of my things. Again, when important thing to note when Mari was still alive, we don't know when or how Mari died. We don't know the year, but I assume what we're looking for is we're looking for a point to where photos, basically the last photo that mentions Mari, or if it's explicitly mentioned, you know, that Mari had passed at some point, right? So we're looking for the cutoff point, right? And changes resulting from that, right? So again, we do know we can see the change in like characters from the dream world and the real world, because the dream world is supposedly the representation of those characters in the past prior to when Mari died, right? And we get this photo album so we can see him there as well. So there's that, right? But then it's also something to where, like, again, in the real world, in the real world being that, you know, we're going through these souls. We see these souls of the past, right? But we also know the people in the present that and how they act post-death, right? So this is supposedly the present, while if anything, the dream world's the past, right? But it's like, or at least for the representations of characters. But it'll be interesting to see if, at least going through this photo album, we'll be able to see a cutoff or a point to where, you know, we can kind of pinpoint when she died and maybe learn more info on how, if possible, or if not, at least we can go to the photo that last mentions her, right? So yeah, and then is she in this photo? No, she's not. So yeah, we can see Kel, us, Aubrey. Yeah, that's Aubrey before the pink hair dye, right? We can see Basil too, right? Let's see. Oh, it's all of us cuddling with Sunny stuffed animals. Is there someone whose green socks are there? Is that fucking a Hero? Let's see. He has so many, and they're all so soft. I wish I could lay here forever. Bitch, I wish we could. So this is us and this is us and Kel, right? Mari is teaching everyone how to make flower crowns. So again, Mari, right? Here's Sunny and Kel holding Mari's example. It's perfect, doesn't it? If only Mari thought so too. Again, so but here's the thing, she was still alive at this point, right? Or she was still at least brought her name. She was teaching us, right? And then this is fucking Hero, right? Still making his flower crown. Staying him a little while, but he's getting there. To Mari's persistence. So 421, right? And then this is again Aubrey. Look at Aubrey. This is Aubrey before Mari's death, right? Like some people are gonna say like, oh, she's a monster, right? You know, she stole his photo album, right? And fucking tried to get rid of it, right? But again, that in and of itself is a coping mechanism, right? She's trying to cut off the past, but unfortunately, it's still lingering, right? You know, she can't get over it, like you know. And she was just equally as hurt from, again, the passing, right? Because our presumption is that she was probably like a best friend and that Mari was kind of like a mentor towards her. And also if her and Kel were a thing, right? There was something between them and he wasn't there for her in that time of need, right? Again, because he just naturally seems to be able to like kind of get over stuff and like make friends, right? At least that's what we've seen in the real world. He like knows fucking everyone, right? So it's like, but again, these are glimpses into the past. These are the characters. What we're seeing now are the characters we know in the dream world, right? These are how they are and how they act there. It's raining super hard today. Rain always seems, yeah, bitch, it's April. Aubrey asked me to take a photo of her with her new raincoat. She's wearing an umbrella. Why do you need both a raincoat and you can't even fucking put it over your head because you got long hair. It's your favorite color, pink. So pink, that's why she dyed her hair pink. You'd think if she actually wanted to, like, you know, cut ties to the past, right? She'd be like, oh, my new favorite color is red. Well, red's a variant of pink, or some shit like oh, I'm a green person now, right? You know, again, this is that same photo. You see, got Aubrey, us, and then that's Kel, right? Or is that Hero? I really like Kel. Kel seems to be taking, yeah, he's fine, bitch. He can get his own umbrella. Everyone has, you don't need to share umbrellas. Everyone just has their own individual one. He says he likes how the rain tastes. Bitch, it's literally water. Like, goddamn. And then again, Kel's being Kel again. And it looks like it's getting sunny. We went to hobbies, but the shop owner told Kel to leave his jacket outside since Kel is getting all his comics wet. Sorry, shopkeep. Hey, and then this is Cal yet again, right? And then this is a whole month later, right? So May 25th. This is actually close to my birthday. It's close to today's date. It's June 3rd. It's been pretty busy at school late, but I finally made time to get together and go to the park today. Here's Cal hanging off it by his legs off a tree. Such a good climber. Wish I was as fearless as him. And that's Basil's thoughts, right? Again, Basil saying, you know, he's just not that kind of person, right? And then this is Aubrey, right? It's the first, again, nearly a month later, right? Holy shit, yeah, so, June 22nd. That's the first day of summer vacation? Damn. They decided to celebrate by going to the beach. Yeah, bitch, that's a late-ass summer vacation. Watermelon's Aubrey's favorite. Watermelon's a pretty top tier. Yeah, here's what I'm gonna say. Watermelon's top tier, like fruit, right? Watermelon's pretty top tier, right? You know, a whole like. Here's the thing. I wouldn't have a whole quarter. It looks like she's got a quarter of a watermelon there, right? You wouldn't want a whole quarter of a watermelon, right? But like I definitely have like a slice. Like watermelon's pretty top tier. Bitch, what the fuck is he drinking? Orange cola or whatever? See, Kel cooling up with some refreshing orange Joe. Shouldn't get too close or I might get my camera wet. Kel's known to spill his drinks. Bitch, he looks sweaty as fuck too. Like, goddamn. Bitch, what the hell is this? We gained fucking. Why are we fucking buried? We like dying? Like we gonna get like? Are they trying to kill us? Like we gonna drown? Like what the fuck is this? Your bird's sighing in the sand. Took forever, but looks like he's bitch. He's going to need 100%. Guess I'll keep him company until then. 100%, dude. This is how like. Here's the thing. As a white dude, right? Like this would fucking destroy my face, right? Like I get like just sunburnt as shit. Like if something like this happened, right? And then whose birthday? June 20th or July 20th, Sunny's birthday. Sunny's turning 12. We actually have somewhat of a timeline. I'm writing this shit down. Let me write this shit down because I'm keeping track of this. I want to keep track of this, right? I'm actually going to be writing shit down because I do want to keep track. I am what's it called, right? I do want to try and piece this together, right? So let's see. So yeah, put down 7/20. Sunny 12th birthday. You can't hear me writing, right? Or you shouldn't be able to, but because if we can get, you know, some other point in time, right? Like if we can figure out how, and we know it's been what? Or I guess also put down 4 years. So we know it's been at least 4 years. Yeah, we actually have a pretty decent timetable, right? So if we know that this is Sunny's 12th birthday, right? And it's been about 4 years since Mari's death, right? We know that he should be around 16 now. So it's still like teenager, right? So theoretically he's 16 now. And that this was 4 years ago, right? So I guess assuming that Mari's death is coming up, we know from the point of Mari's death, it's been 4 years. And then 4 years later, again, it's the present, right? So theoretically at this point, right? So we have a rough now estimate timetable of like, you know, like the events going on, how old everyone is. Yeah. So everyone in the dream world, again, is probably at around this age, you know, this time, right? This is, you know, what's it called? You know, who they are, right? You know, them at this point in time. And then again, real world is obviously the present. So, but again, the dream worlds we now know is just a past, right? It's just the past, the characters and the people, like how they act in the past and what was representative of them in the past, right? So let's see. Sunny, Aubrey, and Kel are in the same school year. Sunny is all younger than all of us. Again, Sunny, Aubrey, and Kel all in the same year. We know that Hero and Mari are older, right? He's a baby of the group, so we have to take care of him. Let's see. That's a big ass present. Holy shit. From Mari and Hero. Again, I wonder what is. And they're the older ones, right? Again, right? So it's the black cat. They got a cat, right? Can't really tell from the photo, but Mari and Hero got Sunny a giant building block set. Or at least we know there's the black cat there, right? We can't see it, but so he seems much more interested in the box, though. He acts just like Mari's new kitten, Mellow. So Mellow is, again, the one in white space. That's the cat in white space. So presumably they're still around and kicking in the real world, right? But again, they also exist in white space. So that's interesting, right? So, and again, they're sleeping. So they won't leave the box. So Kel put a food bowl inside. It's the box will be Sunny and Mel's new home. And then when's this? So 8/4, so August 4th, right? Go beetle catching day. Here's Kel, ready to pounce on his next victim. Oh, and Sunny is there too. He looks kind of sleepy. Bitch, I was going to say, where is he? He's in the background. So I went to the bathroom and came back to this photo. So this Kelsey, he's took a picture of himself on accident, but I still don't believe him. Yeah, he gave him the all, oh, it was an accidental pic, right? And again, this is Aubrey. It's first day of school, so September 9th. Me, Sunny, and Kel, and Aubrey are all up bright and early. So again, also Basil too. Basil, right? Again, he's a part of that group too. It's just Hero and Mari that are older. So again, Aubrey, like I definitely, you know, the character that had the most change. Well, I guess besides Mari, who's fucking dead, right? A change between living and dead, you know, is pretty big, right? But besides that, it seems like the character who went through the most change is Aubrey, right? Everyone, you know, is slightly different. Mari's death impacted everyone, but it seems like Aubrey, you know, is impacted the most by it, right? And there seems to be, again, a disproportionate amount of pictures, I guess, obviously, of, you know, us, like Omori, or I guess Sunny, right? Sunny, Kel, but also Aubrey too, right? Is included in that. So Aubrey's so photogenic. And again, this is everyone on their first day, you know, Kel, Sunny, Sunny, you know, Basil and Aubrey, right? Goodbye, summer, until next year. Oh, that's an end, right? So how do so that's actually the end, right? So go W, right? View is Z, right? Again, right? So we got all those photos and they all seem to be of that summer. Presumably, my best thought is that that's the last summer before Mari passed. And Mari passing again prevented Basil from keeping track or keeping record of that. And that's why Aubrey wants to get rid of it so bad, because it's, again, the tie to the past, right? So there we go. Are you done looking at the photo album? Yeah. Are we not coming back to it again? Oh man, looks like a lot of the photos are still missing. Oh, maybe Aubrey kept them for herself. So there, because I was going to say, right? So that's actually, so there were some photos missing. Actually, my sneaking suspicion is that she kept the ones of Mari. We didn't see Mari in any single one of those photos. We didn't see Mari in any single one of those photos. We saw Hero in a couple, but we never saw Mari. This, I guess, in the sneaking suspicion is that Aubrey kept the photos with Mari. So again, maybe after that church incident, you know, she realized she can't cut ties, and that's why she wanted bad to, again, get those photos, right? You know, last, I guess, to remember to hold on to, right? Even though she it seems like an internal conflict. You know, what she wants, what her brain wants is one thing, but her heart wants another, right? To get those back later. Bright side, look how short I was. I've grown at least a foot since Hero left for college. Bitch, now he's tall. I can't wait till he comes back. Bitch, you'd be him in arm wrestling now. This year, I'll finally be a taller brother. Let's see. We don't sweat about the missing photos. Me and Sunny will take care of things for you. You just focus on going back to your happy, carefree self. Okay, thank you. I'll try. And then let me guess. Dinner's ready. Dinner's taking longer than I thought. Would any of you boys like to help? I'm going to go to Aubrey's house, right? I've got some experience helping my brother cook and stuff. Oh, that'd be lovely. Please follow me. The kitchen's this way. I'm going to Aubrey's house, right? I'm going to be honest. I want to go to Aubrey's house. Oh, we can just... Oh, hi, Sunny. All right, there we go. And then this is the back rooms of the house, right? Who's this? Bitch, Basil's grand. Oh, all right. It's why is there just a fucking dove here? Why are we cutting the, what are we seeing right now? Everett Orchid, the beautiful language of flowers. It symbolizes the phrase, my thoughts will follow you into your dreams. And that's the point of this game, right? You know, that's the lesson of this game, right? We know the dream world's, what the fuck? Why is the light glimmering? Okay, there's Basil, right? Oh, Sunny, I didn't expect to see you in here. Ha. Let's see. How are you doing, Sunny? Is everything okay with you? Why are you walking slowly closer to us? Never mind then. Oh, because we're still not talking. Grandma can't hear us, you know. She hasn't been feeling very well. You know, again, right? And this also, I hate to go on another rant, right? But again, right? You know, this is, you know, the effect of aging, right? Like, because people, I feel like, you know, there's like two camps. People are like, oh, I want to be young forever, right? Or people like, oh, I want to grow old, right? And see the fruition results of my efforts, right? Like, you know, again, people live mostly in the past and the present, right? Or not past and present, past and future, right? People live mostly a past and future. That's why they don't, again, people don't take advantage of the present, but it's like, you know, this is a very real, you know, very, you know, what's it called? This is a very real, very, you know, very real, very, what's the term, right? You know, very like possible, you know, effective aging. Like people be like, oh, I want to live a long and happy life, right? You know, I want to grow old. I want to live till 100. people say that, but you don't realize, you know, you're not going to be in the same condition as you are when you're young, right? Like I'm 22, right? You know, if I grow, let's quadruple my age, 88, I'm not going to be in the same condition as I am now. I won't even be in the same condition at 44, right? Much less 66, very much less 88, right? So it's like, again, you know, you can grow old and stuff, but if you're not actively taking care, but even if you are actively taking care of yourself, a lot of it's genetic and a lot of it's just natural, again, with age, right? So you can grow old, but this could be a very real possibility where you grow old, but again, you know, you grow old and the very real impact of that age hits you, right? And you may not be able to not only just do the things you used to, but live like a normal functioning life. Like if you like, life support's a very real thing, you know, nursing homes, retirement homes, right? Like basic, you know, would be like if you need a cane or a walker, right? But like you start to add stuff like hearing aids, breathing assisters, right? Pacemakers, like all this kind of stuff, right? You know, but ultimately this is real, right? Like people be like, oh no, I'm built different. I'm like, no, you're not. Like, you know, you say that now, but when you're older, right? You know, let's see. It's already been 4 years, hasn't it? 4 years again, right? So 4 years since we last, not only presumably since Mari died, but also since we last met, because we knew we self-isolated and recluded ourselves after that point. And presumably now is like the only time we've been out since, or at least it seems like, right? That's why fucking Kel was like, he's like, oh, I honestly didn't expect you to come out, right? So it's nice to see you're still around, even if it's only for a little while, because we're moving again, right? Here, take my photo album. I want you. I'm trusting you with it, okay? I just think you can probably use it more than me. We're actually getting it? Well, then, bitch, I'm 100% getting the rest of the pictures. Bitch, we need to get our knife from Kel. Like, let's go confront Aubrey, right? We're getting the rest of those pics. A lot's happened since these pictures were taken. Sometimes it feels like it was all a bad dream. Again, like you think, again, because it's something to where it's like something like that happens, especially if it's unexpected, right? It's like, oh, this shouldn't be happening. It's not statistically positive. Like, motherfuckers will say like the dumbest, okay, like what's it called? This is why I don't use Reddit, right? The absolute dumbest Reddit comment I read, like in, you know, Reddit, I already made a video like bashing Reddit, right? You know, it's just a terrible social media platform. It's literally like the biggest echo chamber and hive mind out there, even more than like mainstream news, right? Which is saying something, mainstream media. It's saying something, right? When Reddit's an even bigger echo chamber and high mind than that. The dumbest Reddit comment that I've ever seen and read was, quote unquote, statistically speaking, you're probably imagining it. And it's like, that is the dumbest motherfucking comment I've ever read. That is like a peak fucking Reddit moment there, right? Like I read that and I felt like part of my soul just died and like withered away from my body reading that. Like I feel stupider. Like I probably lost brain cells reading that comment. But like, again, it relates to this. It's like again, Mari, perfectly young and healthy, up and out of nowhere dies. Again, we still need to know how and why, right? If there is. But it's like, again, stuff like that, you know, that statistically shouldn't happen, right? You know, when it happens, right? It's like, is this really happening? Is this really happened? Is it a bad dream, right? You know, it's like, why could this happen to us? You start asking the why, like, why did this have to happen? But it's like, you know, life's unfair, right? You know, life's, well, I guess life is fair in that it's unfair to everyone. Shit like that, no one can escape from, right? You know, stuff like that can happen to anyone, right? It really is a good example of that, right? To where it's like you can think, you know, oh, you know, it won't happen to us, right? You know, like we're immune from it. You know, life finds a way. Life finds a way. And even if you're religious, right, God will find a way too, right? That's just reality. No one's immune from this stuff, right? Again, it's hard to remember now, but I think at the time I took photos of what I was most afraid to lose. And again, it was all of us. It's everyone flipping through the album. You can still see the good times. Maybe one day things go back to the way they were again, because we really know that Mari was the glue that was holding the group together, right? And her death kind of just shattered that, right? So, Sunny, Basil, dinner's ready. Now's not the time. Okay, coming. let's see. And again, it's I can't imagine. I can't imagine what's it called. Again, like Sonny, like not only Kel, right? He seems to have adapted because that's just the kind of person he is. But Basil seeing Sonny for the okay, this must be what's it called? Basil's camera looks really dusty. So again, he hasn't been taking photos, right? This is bookshelf gardening, but again, it's wait, what? I don't know, but it's something to where it's like again, imagine being Basil in this situation, seeing Sonny after 4 years, right? So yeah, again, imagine being Basil in this situation, right? So that's something to where it's like, again, you know, he probably can't even believe he's actually seeing Sonny. He probably thought he had long since lost his friend, right? So again, right, at least in terms of that. A few months ago, Basil's parents, wait, a few months ago, Basil's parents hired me as Basil's caretaker, since they travel out of the country frequently. Come on, Sonny, let's have dinner. And then here's Cal, right? What took you so long? Polly and I worked really hard on this. Hurry up and take a seat. Can we leave? Okay, I was gonna be like, I want to try and what's it called? I want to try and see Aubrey, right? I want to try and confront Aubrey. Give us the rest of the photos since now the photo album's ours. But again, we also know it's really interesting because I do think it makes sense for Basil to give this to us, right? Because that would also make sense, you know, because we know in the dream world, right? Again, you know, it got taken by the shadow entity, right? Or whatever, the eyeball entity, right? We know it just got taken by that, right? Again, he dropped it, one photo file, and then that thing came up and swallowed it all, right? You know, including Basil. So it's like now him giving that to us, right? And I guess that's probably why, because we probably saw maybe it was some connection between the dream world and the real world that caused that, but it could also be something to where it's like, yeah, you know, again, if he just him losing that to Aubrey, right, and potentially losing it forever, right, getting tossed in the dump, right, and already missing some photos coming back. Maybe he realized that not only could it just be, you know, we can protect it better, right? If he feels that way, since we're obviously the main fucking character, right? It's not gonna, nothing's gonna happen to us, right? But it could also be something to where it's like, well, I guess I say that, but see, look at Little Nightmares too, right? You know, that's not a foolproof thing, right? But it's also something to where it's like, again, maybe just symbolically, right? Him seeing us for the first time, like having thought he lost us probably years ago, right? And you know, maybe he's giving it to us as motivation to keep moving forward, right? Again, him maybe also partially to again cut ties with the past as well, right? Maybe he doesn't, again, especially after his interaction with Audrey, right? Maybe that's starting to rub off on him. Maybe he doesn't see, you know, him thinking things go back to the way they were, but ultimately something to where maybe with a new group of people, new group of friends, right? Maybe being more like Kel in that sense, but it'd be more like, I guess, lighthearted, but who knows, right? Who knows? But anyway, let's eat, right? We're wasting time. So yeah, why is there a book on that chair? You're the best, Polly. Oh, it's nothing. I'm just following grandma's recipes. And again, we know she can't cook, right? Because she's bedridden. Munch, munch, munch. So as I was saying before, Polly, tomorrow, my older brother Hero's finally coming back. It seems like everyone's, well, I guess Hero's just the last one, right? He's the last one we need to see. We already saw Kel. We already saw Aubrey. We already saw Basil, right? So I'm all crazy right now, praying the house and everything. Munch. Don't want to be anywhere near that mess. See, although I'm pretty excited to see him. Every time he comes back, the first thing we do is compare heights. And he's finally going to be taller, right? He's finally going to be taller. This year is the year, Munch, that I'm finally going to be taller than him. I can feel it in my bones. Literally, right? Your skeleton, right? But it's also something to where it seems like, here's what I'll say. It seems like Kel has become much more like Hero, or the Hero that we know in the dream world, right? You know, it seems like he became much more like how Hero was back then, taking after his older brother. So it's something it's going to be really interesting to see Hero, right? Granted, I assume we're going to transition back to the dream world before we can, right? But it's something to where, again, it's going to be very interesting, at least in terms of that, right? Hell, you and your brother seem close. That's good. Family is important. It is, right? You don't have them forever, right? No, it's your bloodline. What you do with Faisal's photo album there, Sonny? Oh, I gave it to him. I just thought you should have it. Whoa, really? That's so cool of you. Makes sense, especially since Sonny's moving away and all. I guess that makes sense too, right? Again, because we know we also, there's that. I completely forgot about that. We're literally moving in 3 days. So makes sense. What? Sonny's moving? And again, he doesn't know, right? But that's kind of a bombshell to drop, especially since it's only a couple days away, right? I thought I already mentioned it because we know it's literally in like 3 days. See, I must have forgotten. And we know that must again, like imagine how Basil feels in this situation. Like he must be fucking destroyed by that. Like that must just absolutely hurt him and destroy him, right? He must have thought he lost us years ago when we like self-isolated and reclused ourselves in our home, right? Reclude ourselves in our home. And we come out for the first time in 4 years, right? And him thinking maybe, oh, maybe, there's hope. Maybe we can get the gang back together. And it's like, oh yeah, we're moving in like 2 days, right? Like you gotta feel bad for Basil here, right? He's moving in 3. You gotta feel bad for him here, right? Sorry, I thought you already knew. Oh, no, I guess I must have missed it. Sorry. Man, yeah, dude. That was, come on. Like Kel, still needs to be able to read the room, right? But I guess he needed to know eventually. We know, I think we know what's gonna happen, right? He needs to be excused from the table because he's about to break down, right? Like you gotta feel bad for him here. You feel bad for him in the dream world and this world, right? Like I feel bad for Aubrey too, because again, it seems like she was the one who Omori's passing impacted the most, but Basil just seems to get the short end of the stick on so many occasions, right? I have to go to the bathroom. Again, he ran off, right? I think now is about time we get up. Well, that's just, again, and I feel like this is a perfect example of Kel, right? He just seems to move on really well, right? Move on from things, right? Again, he seems to have moved on from Mari's death fairly well. He had a bit of a moment when we were looking at the photo album, but he quickly turned around to like, oh, my brother's coming home. I want to compare heights, right? But it seems like he was someone who could move on versus like Basil and Aubrey, who are clear-cut examples of people who just couldn't, right? And how much it impacted them as a result, right? You gotta go. Bitch, I want to get up. I'm getting the fuck up. We're going to see Basil, right? I don't care about this damn food. We're going to see Basil. Where's my man Basil? Open the bag. Where's my man Basil? What's going on here? Everything's going. Holy shit. Okay. We got the shadow entity going on, right? Is that why he got taken in the dream world? So, see, is that why and how he got taken in the dream world? Sonny, you're here. I'm so glad. You can see it too, can't you? Something behind you. What's behind us? Oh, we're about to get transported, aren't we? We're about to get transported. Sonny, why do you look so scared? We're about to get transported, aren't we? We're about to get transported, aren't we? Right? This isn't everything's okay now, isn't it? This isn't a good time, right? Sonny, why do you look so scared? Sonny, everything's okay. Oh no, we're gonna have to turn around, aren't we? Right? Let's see. Also, what's outside? Why is it black? Is this just us, right? Are we gonna have to try to leave? Oh, we can't leave. Wait, please, Sonny, don't leave me. I don't want to leave you. Not again. I don't want to leave him. I don't want to leave him. Again, because we know that happened in the dream world, but in the dream world, that was based off of the real world, right? We can't go back in. Oh my God. Because we know, you have to feel so bad for Basil here. Because obviously the dream world, I was talking about him getting taken, but in the real world too, again, when he self-isolated and recluded himself, we know again, that was something to where, that he probably thought he lost us, right? And again, we just come back and we hear, oh yeah, we're leaving in like 2 days. Like, dude, Basil, like, again, like I said, and again, this is a good example, right? Again, right? Thoughts will follow you into your dreams. This is such a good example again, right? Like, I feel like, again, right? Basil, like, you got to feel bad for Aubrey because it really seemed like Mari's death impacted her the most. It seems like us leaving Basil impacted him more, but we're also probably closer than that, right? But it's also something to where it seems like, again, you got to feel bad for him. He just keeps getting the short end of the stick, right? Of the straw. Like, again, in both the real world and the dream world. So, let's see. Okay, what's going on here? Are these two in an argument of some sort? Like, what's happening? Oh, hey, Sonny, I think it's about time we went home. I'm way past my curfew. I want to go see Basil, right? I want to go back and see Basil. Say goodbye to Basil. That's are we going back? Yeah, let's go in. Basil, poor guy. He's always had such a weak stomach. Hope he feels better soon. Oh my God, we can't see him, bro. You gotta feel bad for him. You gotta feel bad for him, right? You're probably wondering who I am. I'm nobody. I'm just a nurse. He's like, nobody. I don't want to be anybody. A few months ago, Basil's parents hired me as Basil's caretaker since we travel out of country frequently. Try to do as much as I can for Basil I'm here, but ever since I started staying here, I can't shake the feeling like Basil's trying to avoid me. Because probably, it's not you. It's just because, again, he wants, again, like it really just does seem like everything was going well and fine. And then again, Mari's passing, right, really just shattered everything, right? That's really what it feels like. That's really what it feels like. That ultimately Mari was the glue that was holding everything together, right? And then that's something to where her passing really just screwed everything up. So again, I want to see Basil, but just like Little Nightmares, right? I made a video on why Little Nightmares can't have a good ending. Just like that, right? It's the same principle here. Is this actually our place? No, we're on the wrong street, aren't we? Are we? Okay, no, this is the church. Yeah, so we are on the wrong street. But again, just like Little Nightmares, this isn't a happy game, so it can't have a happy ending, right? This game is made for pain and suffering, right? That's just reality, right? So again, Basil, it's just, you feel bad for him. Like he really, like, again, oh shoot, what's this scooter? Sleek silver scooter, nice. But again, right, it's like, I feel bad for, like, again, I think Mari's death impacted Aubrey the most, right? But again, you definitely feel bad for Basil, right? He really got the short end of the stick. Hold up, sign. So I want to see been over my place, but now might not be a good time. Oh, he says the same thing, right? But something to where it's like, again, he really did get the short end of the straw and stick on, both the real world and the dream world, right? Because us leaving seemed to really mess him up. We were probably very close, right? Probably, like, I guess out of a group of friends, we were probably who he was friends with the most, right? So, hey, Sonny, thanks for hanging out with me today. Sorry for all the trouble. That was a pretty crazy adventure, huh? No, it was definitely, this was my favorite portion of the game thus far. I can tell you haven't talked to anyone in a while, but that's okay. It just takes practice. Anyway, Hero's coming back from college tomorrow, so I'm sure he'll want to see you before you leave. And again, that's 2 days before, right? And hopefully we can see Basil again. So if you don't mind, I'll be coming back for you in the morning. Tomorrow morning, that's nice. So good night. So I think we know what's going to happen. We're going to get transported to the dream world now, right? So I think we know what's going to happen here, right? So, okay, why is it still dark? Yeah, that's not a good sign. That's 100% not a good sign, right? Yeah, look at all this darkness, right? Look at all this darkness, right? Can we use the skill of calm down, right? Can we no, unfortunately not, right? So yeah, there's seems to be, what's it called, a evil, a certain evil outside, right? Blocks the doorway. Well, then what direction can we go, right? Oh, we need to grab the knife, right? So let's go, let's cut it down, right? There we go. Now we can pass, right? See, right? Again, and there's there we go. Now we can go up. Again, the infinite staircase. Hit him with the old Mario 64, right? If we need to calm down, we will, right? But we've also got our knife. Again, right? Knife, hopefully we won't need to use it tomorrow, right? Again, the darkness is creeping in, right? It's crawling in. Just got to keep on going. Got to keep on trucking, right? In the darkness. And again, now we're stuck on the, surrounded by the darkness. We just need to calm down. That's what we need to do. We need to calm down. There's that. We're near the top. There's the shadow entity, the eyeball entity, right? Shadow flame. That's whatever you call it. The entity, right? We'll call it the entity from here on out, right? Now we need to fight it. We need to confront it. Use our knife to stab it, right? We can beat it. There we go. Get the fuck out of here. That's Mari. It's Mari, right? We can see her. That's the face it took. That's who we saw outside the door and last time we were here. There it is. Back again. Now, white space, right? Oh, no. Now we're in a fight, right? Fight, attack, something, skill. We need to calm down. That's all we can do in this situation. If not, okay, guess not, right? Guess we need to just attack, right? Oh, it's trying to talk to us. Wait, what? What did it say? It said it was trying to talk. Oh, it bites, right? So attack did nothing. This is getting nowhere fast, huh, Sonny? So it knows us, right? It knows us by name. Bites. I think it's clear that this is a battle we're supposed to lose, right? So it seems like there's a lot going on. You need to block out the little things and figure out what's important. Clear your mind and remember how to focus. Is that an actual skill? Okay, again, right? So let's focus. We've already calmed down, so now we focus. And again, now it's just one little thing. One little speck that's gone now. And then there's what's it called? There's a save here, right? There is. So yeah, let's save, right? So 3 days left. Again, mom's room. And yeah, so again, that shadow entity, it took the form of what's it called? It took the form of Mari, right? And we know it also had Basil in its grasps. So now is that time. Now it's time to sleep. Now is a sleep time. And is that Mari? Is that an outline of Mari? That's what it seemed like for a second, for a moment. There's the outline of Omori, right? Again, obviously, oh yes to me. That means I'm pretty sure it means like there's Basil, right? Again, it really shows how close Sunny and Basil were. And again, Basil just fucking gets obliterated out of existence, right? And the door's black. That's interesting. So the door is filled in back to white space, right? Yeah, and going to the dream world. We're back here, right? Where everything's all fine and dandy, just how it was back then. You no longer need to worry. Look at how long our shadow is. The shadow cast and protruded by the black light bulb, right? Again, the shadow entity, right? It's everywhere, right? And nowhere at the same time. I'm assuming everything's just the one eyeball entity, right? I guess the shadow entity is what I call it. Well, everything's welcome to white space. We have been living here for as long as you can remember. Was this the intro? Is this the intro of the game? I'm pretty sure that's the same intro that we had, right? Again, right? So now you really start to understand the purpose of the dream world, right? Yeah, you really start to understand the purpose and reason for the dream world, right? You know, again, that's what's it called, right? The same black light bulb. That is again, right? You know, that is the product of that, right? This is a representation of how it was back then before everything went wrong, right? Still have the shadow entity on that last page. Let's see what Moao says. Waiting for something to happen. And again, now we just got to move out, right? The white door. Open the door. Let's step out into the world where all our friends exist and exist as how they were before the incident, right? We get to see Aubrey, Kel, and Basil, or no, Aubrey, Kel, and Hero, right? All in the house right there. Look, everything is perfectly fine. No issues here. Mari's around. You know, look at Aubrey. Look at how she was, right? Again, everything's just as it was, right? There's no need to worry, no need to stress anymore, right? You know, we're here with all our friends. There's nothing that can get between us and them now, right? Told you not to worry. Omori always shows up when we need him. There's Hero, right? Is everything okay? We were worried about you. Now you're here. Let's go out and look for Basil. He's counting on us. Be patient, Kel. We have to make sure Omori's okay first. Maybe you and Hero can go yourselves. Again. Here's a. Come on, Omori. Let's go exploring together. Again, there's Aubrey. Just the two of us. See, hey, you can't leave us out of this. He's right, Aubrey. You have to do this together as a team. You never know when you'll need some help. Again, our party, right? We're stronger when we work together. Omori and I will be fine on our own. Are we actually hanging out on our own? You'll protect me, won't you? You gross. Get a room. Motherfucker, I thought you would a thing, right? Come on, Aubrey. It's time to get serious now. Let's go tell Omori that Omori's okay. You know how she's always worrying about him. So did we have a thing with Aubrey or what? I was assuming, you know, that maybe she and Kel had a thing, right? And we have our party, right? Here's a memo, or no, it's just the outline. It's a movie. Shore boys are working on a railroad track. Again, we're going out, right? Thanks for letting us know, Snake, right? So here's your allowance. 750, that's nice. Again, yet another. So I need to find a picnic. I want to talk to Mari. There's Mari, right? We need to talk to her, right? Again, here's Mari. Again, she's here too. She's here with all their friends. Again, right? You know, there's nothing to worry about. No need to worry about. You know, all your stress and anxieties and problems can go away, right? You know, again, right? There's nothing to worry about here. Omori, again, she's still here. She's still with us. Stop disappearing like that. You know, my heart can't take it. Very ironic, given what happened in the real world, right? We knew that no one's heart could take her disappearance, right? We're not sure. We've been looking for him everywhere and still nothing. Sigh. Hope Basil's okay. I miss him so much. Very ironic, again, considering the real world. But again, you don't need to worry. There are no problems here. You know, all your anxieties and stresses can go away, right? There are no problems here. There are no worries here. Everyone is here. Mari's here. Aubrey's here, right? It's as it was, right? As it was before the incident. There's nothing to worry about. Nothing will happen, right? You know, everything's good. Everything's all fine here. So, in the art stuff, in the reading stuff. My hair is so tangly. I miss when Basil used to brush my hair. Omori, will you brush it for me? Okay, well, I miss when Basil used to remind me. Motherfucker, what? Okay, bro. I love how we're having a serious moment, and Kel's like, damn, I don't wash my hands. Like, bro, shut the fuck up. They're so dirty. You, Kel, you're disgusting. You should probably wash it. Yeah, it's like, I don't think you need someone to remind you. But we have to stay positive. We do. We should all try to be like Basil. Even when Basil's upset, imagine his smile. But we know how he's really feeling. Again, you know, we saw how he reacted to, again, us leaving him again, right? We know that, again, you know, he really, you know, you really got to feel bad for the guy, right? He really seemed to get the short end of the straw and stick there, right? Even though it seemed like Mari's death impacted, Aubrey the most, right? Along with us as well, since we literally manifested this entire dream world as a coping mechanism, right? You know, like us two, it really seemed to impact us the most. It seemed like us leaving Basil impacted him more, right? But again, you got to feel bad for the guy. He really draws the short end of the straw and stick here. So anywhere you haven't checked yet? I assume we're going to end with actually finding Basil and confronting the shadow entity, right? Or losing, right? You know, one of the two, right? I guess confronting doesn't imply winning or losing, right? It's a forest west of the stump, but so we've literally been there. We've been to the forest west of the stump. We looped all the way around, right? Spiders. Well, you know what that means. Once again, it's time to face your fears, little brother. And that means you too, hero. Come on, big bro. You can't back out now. It's just like how it is with Omori. We're here to support you all the way. Yeah, you're right. I'm just being silly. Don't worry, guys. If anyone tries to hurt you, I'll smash it out of the way. You can count on it. Don't forget about me. I'll always be there to help too. Always, right? Again, very ironic considering the real one, right? Lead the way. Bitch, I'm saving here. It's been an hour. Yeah, and look, I'm not talking to fucking Burley. Yeah, let's eat some. Heal our party, right? Again, right? This game, man. This game save. Going back to the dream world, right? So forced playground. Again, we're back to here, right? Who the fuck is that in the corner? We don't care about them. How are you all doing? Just like the other day, Nose was telling me about cute little leaf sheep, but she tried to be his friend. All I want to talk about is how much I hate bunnies. How can someone hate bunnies? I just don't understand. It's preference thing, right? So anyway, here's us, right? I think very clearly I'm not going to care about min-maxing this RPG portion of the game. I just want to learn more about the story in the real world, right? The dream world is just something we need to put up with, and we can use it in order to inform, like, again, basically the real world and how it is, right? Or was a good example, right? Again, now that we know, right, it is just, but again, we know. I really feel like this is a story of no winners, right? Only losers. It really just did seem like Mari's passing fucked everything up. Again, she was kind of the glue that held the whole group together. And it does seem like something to where it's like, you know, I guess, I don't know. It's especially seeing again how she is in here. Like, she wouldn't want, kind of like the real world friend group to fracture due to her death, right? She doesn't want that. But unfortunately, that's reality, right? It's like I made the video on why Little Nightmares can't have a happy ending, because it's not a happy game. It's a sad game. There's no happiness to be found. That seems to be the case with this game, to where it's only pain and suffering, right? No such thing as a happiness or good ending, right? I wouldn't be surprised if this had a bad ending. That's just reality, right? But I'm gonna end it here. Again, this game, glad I'm playing, glad I've decided to record it. I'm gonna keep on playing it, right? It's just again so interesting. I really hope to beat it before I leave. But anyway, I don't have anything else to say. That's all I've got. So I'm gonna end it here. So yep, that's it for this one. See you in the next one.